everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny. This is Flossmas day 14, and I'm here to show you what I stitched on, well, basically yesterday, but it's already 3 p.m. and I did stitch quite a bit today in the morning. So let me talk about that first a little bit. In my house there were some things that were broken and I needed them to be repaired. So this morning I actually had some handyman over and they did the repairs. So I had to be up way too early to let them in, and then I had to be available if they needed something, stuff like that. So I needed to be awake, I needed to be there, but I couldn't do my video or anything like that. So instead I did do some stitching. It felt a little bit strange to do some stitching while others work in my house, but yeah, that's the way it is. So I did get a lot of stitching done. Also yesterday I did my video in the morning, and afterwards I went to work. I went over to a friend's house, and when I came back and looked into the mailbox, that's the word, my cranach and beads had arrived. Not from the first order, but the second one I did with just the cranach and the beads. Those two items only, they arrived. So that was perfect. I think I was home at about 10. And I made the great decision to just sleep for about 2.5 hours so I can get a lot of stitching done. Yeah, I regretted that this morning. So I went to bed super late to get a lot of stitching done, and I started with doing all the DMC, and then I did the cranach, and today I did the rest of the cranach, did the back stitching and all the beads, and I have a finish. I'm so excited. So the project I stitched on was Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott, and this is the finished piece. I'm so excited! This is stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Fog by Pictures Plus. I stitched it 2/2 4 crosses with all the called for materials, which means a lot of beads, a lot of cranach. Yeah, and it looks amazing. I started this as my birthday start on the 16th of June in 2020. So 2.5 years ago I started this project. It is now finished on the 14th of December 2022. So more or less exactly 2.5 years. And basically in 2020 I just started it. I did a few strands appear in the window. In 2021 I then did all of Cinderella in rags, and in that year it ended. I had the goal to finish Cinderella in rags, and I ended up stitching on it more or less only on this project for about 1 or 2 weeks just to get it done, because I did not stitch on it basically at all at the beginning of the year, and therefore had a lot left to do at the end of the year. And this year I then wanted to stitch Cinderella in Riches, and this year it was even worse with stitching on all my other projects and not on this one. So yeah, you know that since the first of, if you watch my videos, or if you watched any of my Flossmas videos so far this year, since the 1st of December I'm stitching only on this project. I take it with me to work for 12 stitching. Everything I just stitched on this project, and now I'm done after 2 weeks. I'm very happy about that because that dress is big. But yeah, it's done. So let me fold it in half so I can show you Cinderella in Riches, because she's beautiful. And that's what I stitched this year. So that's the top. I did that at the beginning of the year, and then I moved into the dress. And in this dress, there's all this cranach back stitching that looks amazing with those beads inside. And yesterday and today, I finished off the last few DMC stitches in this area over here. There weren't a lot of DMC stitches because there's a lot of cranach. So I started with the cranach yesterday and did those swirls in here in the bottom of the dress. There's the cranach as well. And did all of that. That was already today. And yeah, here's a lot of cranach in that area. And as you can see, a lot of beads. So I did those as well as the back stitching. That was still missing. So yeah, that's a finish. So excited. I really am so excited. One more time, Cinderella in rags, a little bit closer because it's been a while since I showed that one up close. So this is Cinderella in rags, up close, also very beautiful. Not as sparkly, but, well, she's in rags and the other one is in riches. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. Very excited. Moving forward. I think I won't stitch anything today because I might have a finish hangover. That happens after I finish, especially such a big finish. That happens. So I might not stitch anything more today. The plan generally is now to start stitching and going through all my projects, stitching one day on each project. I'm going to start with Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. This is a chart by Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. And the reason I start with this one is because on this one, or this was the first project I finished my year-end goal this year. And it was in March. So since March, I have not stitched on this one anymore. Which means I'm going through all my projects. I have 10 projects left now. All of them are full coverage. And I'm going to go through them in the order that I finished my goal on. So this one's first because I finished my goal on it first. I'm going to show you a starting picture, but as I said, I don't think I will stitch anything on it today. And if I do, I don't think it will be enough time. So I might do tomorrow on this project as well. But this is where this one's at right now. Basically, I stitched this in diagonals of 10 by 10 blocks over the first shelf. So I stopped over here, not going any further down. Moving my way over the complete first shelf to the other side of the design, which will take years and years and years. Yeah, so that's that. This is stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen. I'm stitching 1/1, 10 stitches. Needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'm starting will be starting a new diagonal either today or tomorrow. And I'm looking very much forward to that because in that diagonal, I think I'm getting closer and closer and into this tree over here. So looking forward to that. Yeah, so if I stitch any more today, it will be on this one. If not, this will be my project for tomorrow. So I'm going to show this one tomorrow anyways, either with progress or without as a new starting point, which will be the same as today. But cool. So yeah, that's the stitching plans. If I do one project every day starting tomorrow, the last project would be on the 24th of December, but that's the day I leave to my parents. And therefore, it's not really a stitching day. So I might leave Mini Cinderella out of my WIP parade because Mini Cinderella is the project I want to take with me to my parents anyways, and is going to be the project I stitch on for the rest of the year whenever I have stitched on every project once. Then I will stitch on Mini Cinderella till the end of the year to get as much progress in that one as possible because I would love to finish that project at the end of the year. As soon as possible. Not at the end of the year, that's not going to happen. But as soon as possible. That would be great. So that's kind of the plan for my stitching. I'm not sure if I leave Mini Cinderella out or not. I'm going to decide that further down the road. I think it would be 4th or 5th project I stitch on in the order of my gold stitching, so I have a few more days to decide. Yeah, so that's plans for stitching. Now let's move into gift exchange. Because today is the 14th of December. My mom already asked me what was in your gift today, and I could tell her because I did not look it up yet. This is gift number 14. It's one of the heavier ones, so let's see what's in there. I have to cut it open, and then we can look it up. So, ooh, that's nice. Oh, okay. So, 2 little pillows that you can either use, and I think they're handmade. I would say they're handmade, so that's really nice. You can either use it to warm up or to cool down. So you can warm it up and then, yeah, warm your hands. Or you can actually cool it down as well. And if you're hurt or something like that, you can then cool down with those. So they are really nice. I love those. They will be used, especially at the moment when I go grocery shopping or stuff like that. I often walk. So warming those up before I go for a walk and putting them into the pockets of my jacket and have warm hands, that's really nice. So yeah, they will come in handy and I will definitely use those. Very happy about that. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to take a nap now. The handyman are done. My video is filmed with as much daylight as I had left, and now I can sleep. I'm actually really looking forward to that. So this video will probably be uploaded a little bit later in the little bit later in the evening. But I guess that's fine. At least it's uploaded. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful December, and yeah, I see you tomorrow.